start with an opening statement from Coach and then go into questions.
Well, excited to start a new week. Did not finish off like we wanted to, with a great opportunity for a ranked opponent in Alabama. But I can't stop thinking about how much gratitude I have for the people that came out and supported us, and hopefully they saw a brand of basketball that would make them want to come back and support. Usually fans love the offense, right? Whereas for me, not so much, more defensive minded. But uh, all in all, it was a good game for fans, and they responded and we had a great crowd. Last home stance with Florida here, 8 p.m. start time. Kids 12 and under getting free, students free, with a good sale on the beer, $2.50, and free chicken tenders. And for that would bring me to a game. Like beer and free chicken tenders, I can afford that. So just a really great deal to get people to come out and continue to support the program for sure.
I asked Kennedy and Katie this, I mean, I've asked it clearly, but a team that's like you, that defense is what y'all do. When you get a team like Alabama that's just hot from three,
Yeah.
looking back at the film, what is it that you can do to alleviate that, or is it sometimes just shots go in?
I don't think it was a shot go in type deal. We watched the film, and they had so many open shots. The last time a team made double digit threes against one of my programs was in 2020. So, if you know me, you knew I was definitely disappointed with that because we built the program on defense, and then we come out and we act as if that is not the case. And that is the ebbs and flows I was talking about. Here we are, we put all this work in to have an identity, and then we get out on the floor and we're in love with all the point scorings and the oohs and ahs instead of just doing the hard work and getting stops. So I think for our program, if we want to have success, we have to figure out a way how to not have that identity crisis, man. Just like lock in and on who we are. Yeah, we can score better. We know that, but who we are first. And then we'll have wins like we had versus Vanderbilt.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you feel like even now, mid-January, that this year's team's still trying to figure out that identity?
Oh, it's no question. They're not trying to figure it out. We're trying to get them to buy into it fully, because, again, you see a game where we play a Vanderbilt team and, keep them 30 points below their average. And if you watch them last night, they almost beat LSU at LSU. I can't figure out this team. 1 minute, it's a tied game with 2 possessions left to beat the number 3 team in the country. And then the next minute, we're up 16, and then all of a sudden, we squander that away. 1 minute, we jump, and we're up 7-0. Next minute, it's it's really the point of the season where my players have to take control of how they want things to go. I mean, it's really that simple. And in coaching, you kind of feel helpless in these moments, but as a parent of 2, they have to go through it.
Is there something, obviously you just talked about you can't do everything, but is there something you can do in practice that translates to the game in terms of, getting better closeouts and just increasing that competitiveness? Is there a practice?
You would think we don't work on it. I gotta run this back to my place. You would think we don't work on defense when 90% of our practice is on the defensive end. It's a buy-in. I've talked about our 4 ins before: lock in, believe in, buy in, and be all in. It's a buy-in, and when this group decides to buy in, like, don't forget, we're the same team that held Vanderbilt 30 points below. We're the same team that held UConn and SC and all these teams way below their average. Same team. it's the decision that my young ladies have to make.
You know,
That's painful.
first pod is, and
Yeah.
that's how you break these down, it's done. Two and
Yeah.
two is kind of how you know, the worst case scenario
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
But with 12 more games to go, do you still feel like that this team can get to where y'all are? Like you said, the result's going to be better than what it looks like right now.
Yeah, well, I could tell you in the beginning of the year, I was hooting and hollering about, us wanting to host, but we can't put the cart before the horse. Like we want this to be our fourth year, going to postseason, like NCAA tournament. Now, the SEC this year is dangerous and very competitive. I do think we have an opportunity to take 12 teams. We want to be one of the 12. We want to be one of the 12 that gets a chance to represent this conference and this university and this community that has wrapped their arms around us. And so, I think it was just last year or maybe 2 years ago, I was complaining about fans coming out and it didn't matter what we threw at them. And now I got other coaches, jealous about our fan support. So now our players just have to buy in to what we're asking. But I don't think we're off track. Like what I would have liked to be 3-1 desperately. That A&M game is probably gonna haunt me for a while until we maybe make it up. But we're 15 in the net. We're still receiving votes. You had Christy Curry say that we're a top 25 team. I mean, people respect us, but it's you have to do the work. You still have to win games, and so we are where I expected us to be from what they've shown, at which. It depends on how you look at it. You can be incredibly discouraged because you're like, what team is this? Or you can be encouraged because you know that there's room to grow.
What do you see in this Florida team? Feels like they're kind of like y'all through these first 4 games.
Yeah.
And some lows at the same time.
Well, I mean, Florida has always been electric in transition. They've always had electric guards. They have a post player that was out last year, but we played her 2 years ago. That's just a load, and they're just growing and figuring things out as well. So I think the team that wants it enough and has the will. I mean, they got 3 McDonald's All-Americans on their roster, whatever that means, right? But it's 3 of them. So we have to come out and impose our will and dictate and disrupt. And when we do that, that gives us a chance. Like 36 points for Alabama. I mean, we had we weren't as smooth offensively, right? But we still scored over 50 points in the second half, and we don't win. First of all, when do we even score that much? In the Coach Yo tenure. And so we got our identities all mixed up. We know we can score. You seen what we did to Auburn. You seen what we did to Vandy. You seen what we did to teams in the country. It hadn't been that. We got to guard. We got to get stops. And we've been having good starts, but we got to keep that going for longest periods.
Any more questions? Okay.
Thank you.
guys.